episode of the Follow Podcast. I'm Eden, and this is my dad, Noah, and every week we sit on my bed and have a different conversation about something I want to talk about. And this week we're talking about leadership.
So you told me that in your classroom, now in second grade, you had there's a sign in there about...
A charter.
A charter.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what made us think of the idea. So what does the classroom charter say?
The classroom charter has two questions. Well, the first question is, how do we want to feel in our classroom?
Mm-hmm. Right, we talked about
that.
So
it has also words like proud and all those things.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's I don't remember what the question is, but we describe how do we want to treat others in our classroom?
Oh.
So
okay.
it has a list of including others
Mm-hmm.
and that type of stuff.
And helping others and being thoughtful.
Yeah.
And patient, maybe.
Kind.
Right. Being friendly. Yeah. So all of that stuff is, you might not think about it, but those are qualities of being a leader. And you said something about a sign like readers are leaders.
Yeah.
Too?
It's above. It's actually above our class charter.
Okay.
And it's I think in the reading area and that stuff, so it says readers are leaders.
Yeah, which is a cute saying, readers are leaders, but you've read about a lot of leaders already. And so of the people you really like that Who Was and Who Is series. So give me a few leaders and then the qualities of those leaders.
Well, Susan B. Anthony,
Uh-huh.
Martin Luther King, Roberto Clemente.
Mm-hmm. Yep, those are three good ones. You've read about
A lot of leaders. Nelson
Mandela, Hillary Clinton, Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
I did not read about Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, you did. You read a book a long time ago about Hillary Clinton.
Oh, but that wasn't Who Was.
No, but it was just another.
No, I know.
It was another book. Helen Keller, Jane Goodall. Yeah, so all these leaders. Is there something that you've noticed from the class charter and from reading these books about what makes a leader?
Well, they stood up for what they thought was right.
Mm-hmm.
And you stand up and they did what was right. They didn't do what was wrong. If they knew it was right to do it,
mm-hmm.
so they did it.
Right. So those are the leaders that we'd like to follow. The leaders, the people who stood up for what was right. There are also other people who are considered leaders who are awful people, but they're doing what they think is right, and they're getting people to follow them. Just because whoever it is an awful person.
Some people think they're a leader, and whoever the person is thinks that person's a leader.
Right, exactly. But those aren't leaders that we would follow. Right. And then we talk about sports a lot, and in sports there are different types of leaders. Those that, some really good players are leaders by example, not leaders by their voice. They might not speak up in the locker room and say, "Hey, let's do it this way," or "Let's do it this way," or "You're doing great." They're not that rah energy type leader, but by the way they play, the way they work, the way they treat other people, they're a leader by example. So you don't always have to be saying, I'm a leader, follow me.
Or you don't have to be by voice, leader by voice like Susan B. Anthony. Right,
you could be doing the right thing and other people will recognize what you're doing, hopefully, and then follow in your example.
Right.
Yeah. Today in school, so we're recording this on a Wednesday, you just came back from...
dance class.
Clearly. Can you think of anything that happened today in school that was an example of good leadership or even poor leadership?
Poor leadership was in one of our subjects. We broke our class charter.
Oh.
And
what happened?
I actually really don't know, but we were screaming and it.
Well, I mean, you don't really know. So give me the situation.
I didn't really notice the situation, but it was screaming and...
When was this happening?
At lunch.
Okay, so at lunch...
It's just...
So people are screaming, and what else?
And then, some people, got a little hurt.
Oh.
well, not really hurt, like not
But-
injured,
But people
like,
were touching other people,
yeah.
which you're not supposed to be doing.
Right.
Right.
Not like wearing their mask
Oh.
and stuff.
Right. So breaking the charter is, they expect everyone in the classroom to be some sort of leader, or at least follow the lead. And if the charter itself is the leader, then you've got to follow that.
And like putting our hands on each other, not wearing masks, that broke our safety rule charter.
Right.
Right.
Right. And so even if you're not participating in that,
Right.
the punishment is still going to be unfortunately for the whole class.
Right.
And so that's why sometimes it takes an individual or a group of individuals to be the leaders, to then, when this happens, if it happens next time, to stand up and say, hey, remember what happened last time? That's not what, we don't want that to happen. We don't want to be punished again, and this isn't the right thing to do. And then that type of leadership can then carry over. Yeah, because sometimes it can be nerve-wracking to be a leader, because you might not.
Or nerve-wracking, challenging.
Sure. Because
Like
it's
it's a
certainly not easy.
challenge.
It's certainly not easy to always stand up for what you believe
Right. It's nerve-wracking and challenging.
in. Mm-hmm. Do you guys ever, when you were putting together your charter, was there any conversation about leadership, or was it more just about following the rules?
More about following the rules, but including others so they don't feel left out.
It's important.
Boom, adding on to what we were doing, but
Right, that's important.
Right.
That's important. As you get older, right now at lunch right now, you guys have your tables of what, 4?
4 or 3.
Okay, so
Or
but you have to be at that table.
Yes, unless you ask to move.
Okay.
But let's say you can't.
Right. So when we were in elementary school, you could sit wherever you wanted. There's these long tables. You could sit with whoever you wanted, wherever you wanted. Same in junior high, high school. There were a whole bunch of tables you could sit around. And I can think back to moments where there might have been someone sitting by themselves. I should have just said, hey, why don't you come sit with us? And I didn't do that nearly as often. I should have done it every time, because you never know what someone else is going through, and that shows leadership, friendship, compassion, and taking an interest in somebody, because maybe that person doesn't think that anybody is interested in them, or they feel invisible. Same thing on the playground. It doesn't take much to ask somebody, hey, do you want to play with us?
Right.
Even if maybe that person was annoying in class. Yeah.
But usually, mostly, I can say everybody's always playing.
Together? At recess? Oh, that's nice.
At recess.
Oh, good. What are you guys been doing at recess?
It's cold at recess. It's freezing.
Oh, because it's so windy over there?
So windy, because my school is near the river. So,
Do you need to then start taking a jacket?
I'm going to start taking a sweatshirt.
Okay. Yeah, good idea.
Zip up or something like that.
Yeah.
It's freezing.
Okay.
And right now, I'm not going to run. So, we just sit on the benches.
Wait, you sit on the benches and talk?
Yeah, everybody sits on the benches because we're freezing.
Alright. What did you guys talk about today?
I don't know. A bunch of random things.
Give me one thing.
One thing, can I tell you something I was doing on the bench?
Sure.
I was taking off beads from my friend's headband.
Wow, you guys having a crazy recess, huh?
So it was they're stuck on, so I had to pull them off.
She asked you to?
What? We were doing it together, and it was actually pretty easy. It's easy to take them
Great
off.
recess. No one wanted to kick a ball around, or
They don't have anything. All you have is the thing hopscotch, Foursquare, but you don't have
Foursquare but no ball.
But no ball. All you have is your bodies, Foursquare, and the what you call it?
Jungle Gym?
No, hopscotch.
You already said that. So
No,
wait.
I know.
So wait.
That's all. I
So
said that's all I
should we look up games to play without any ball or stick?
No.
You I guess tag can get boring.
Well, we were actually playing a game, like another game. It was fun.
Like what?
It was like
That's not what it says.
sit like on the lines,
Mhm.
and in the boxes you're safe,
Okay.
and on the yellow you're safe. But outside the boxes, lines, and outside the yellow, so on the blue and the gray,
Okay.
you aren't safe, and there's a tagger that tries to
Oh.
tag you.
Okay.
That was fun.
Yeah, and yeah, that sounds like at least if you're gonna get outside, at least run around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, leadership. Keep it in mind, okay?
Okay.
All right, I love you.